All right, guys. Sorry. So, like I was saying, the key thing, right, about the choice of being a professional, is the fact that we really need to understand the difference, the key difference between professionals and technicians. And like I've said, here, trying to paste an idea of what a technician and a professional would do in the same setting. Right. That's one thing that you have to actually very pay a lot of attention to while you get to like develop and learn and build your skills in school and even outside school. So professionalism is basically based on dictionary. Definition is a competence or skill required to be a professional. It is far beyond technical skills as it involves behavioral, right, and also strategy. So your behavioral uh, your behavioral skills, right, and also strategy actually are things that complements your technical skills, right? So most times my manager calls them life skills. So your life skills in terms of your strategy to things and also your behaviors, which respect, also joined combined with your technical skills, all makes up your professionalism. So the degree of your professionalism is the degree of how high your professionalism index is high you high in terms of being a professional. So that is then being a professional requires dedication and work. So you have to put in a lot of work, and that's why I'm saying most people actually call themselves experts without putting a lot of work into the things that they really care about. You know, so also school teaches you science. So the science of whatever you want to do comes with school. The art of those things comes with the practice and dedication to ethics and protocols. So there are protocols, there are best practices, right? And also, do you have ethics? So there are ethics with regards to data collection. There are protocols for data interoperability. So these are like various things that you need to understand. So if you understand the protocols guide the best practices. Your ethics also means your best practice. If you understand your ethics and protocols, you'll be able to like understand most of you'll be able to be a professional in terms of behavioral, in terms of your strategy to work and a lot of things like that. So even impacting on your technical skills. So with everything that's been said, so how do you as a student, how do you want to get down to being a professional as early as possible? So the first advice I give is leverage on industry connections and and communities. So you have a lot of industries, you have connections, you have a lot of communities, and if you leverage on this existing, on all of these various connections and industry and communities, you are able to like get to understand what exactly is happening across various industry at specific times, right? Then also you're able to you should read about best practices, like I said earlier, ethics and protocols. So you have to like keep doing this. So follow the likes of Open Geospatial Consortium on Twitter, on Facebook. Check their websites often. They always have publications around the new protocols that are coming up and what are the new best practices. How do you get to what are the new tools that are coming in terms of new formats that are coming in terms of data formats and all of that. Then you need to have a clear career development plan that is reasonably flexible. So reasonably flexible in terms that it could change based on the kind of industry and the kind of work you are doing. But make sure that you have a career development plan that is actually that you are focused on something that you really want to become at the end of the day. That actually is going to help you build your career very fast and you'll be very, very focused on what you need to do. Remember that technicians are never focused. They are never focused. They do everything. They are just learning tools and processes. They are not understanding the key thing that actually requires for them to get to that point. They don't have when you don't want to be a GIS analyst, and that is not the end goal for you being a GIS professional. Now, less YouTube. Just do less of YouTube, do more of documentation, do more of product documentation, read more about the reasons why specific tools were used. In that reason, you're able to like help and contribute into these things the more, right? Set up alerts and triggers. So you use Google Alerts for what's the name? Actually, so for me, for instance, I have PhD research and geospatial research geospatial solutions under my Google Alerts. And every time he finds Google Alerts on the web, he sends it to my email on a daily basis, and I'm able to like read about it if it's something that actually interests me. So read blogs, try to understand all of these things. Get a mentor. A mentor is somebody who will actually guide you, somebody who is doing that same thing that you're doing. Get a mentor, let the person help you scale and understand what you need to do. Then believe in the saying that processes over tools. If you believe in processes over tools, you'll be very, very fine with respect to whatever you actually choose to do within the industry. So that with respect to processes and tools. Um, I think another thing for me to actually mention is that you never become a professional. Like I think I mentioned this earlier, you never become a professional in one day. You just have to focus. It's like a process that happens on a daily basis. So you learn new things, you try to apply them. You learn new things, you try to apply them. You learn new things, you try to apply them. So my next point basically will now be what every GIS expert should know. Because of this, I just have to like do this because of all of you guys, so you can actually use this to tailor what you need to understand across in your industry, right? So this is not focused. I'm an open source person, but I am not. I won't expect everybody to do open source as much as I do, right? So I am gonna say the first thing I expect every GIS analyst, every GIS expert to know, right? Understand the end-to-end data management process. If you understand end-to-end data management process from data collection, creation to scraping and wrangling, right, down to data visualization and presentation of analysis. If you understand everything, right, you are an expert and you can easily fit into any system, any organization. It's not a tool thing. It is an understanding of concept thing, right? And you'll be able to like work across any industry. That is why they'll tell you computer scientists can work in any industry because they understand the science and they're able to apply it across board, right? So same thing applicable to GIS. So we have GIS software developers. These guys just understand programming and they understand basic GIS and they're able to apply, bring the two of them together. Also, another thing I need to understand is visualization and data representation. Understand the concept of GDAL, that's Geospatial Data Abstraction Library. That's what powers most of the data transformation. You are doing save as shapefile, you're converting shapefiles to whatever. So the GDAL is actually the power behind it. So you need to understand how it works, the concept of that. Understand basic programming shells. So you need to understand how programming works across board, right? So at least understand shell and command line scripting. If you don't want to go into Python and R, understand your database management systems. I would recommend you learning more on Postgres and also learning on ArcSDE. Those are like core things that you really need to understand. Then also understanding ethics. So in terms of client management, project management, scoping of tasks, documentation processes, and information sharing, probably blogs and videos. Just try to understand. So these are things that actually put you out there, regardless of whatever you do. If you are able to like do all of these things, they put you out there because you get to meet people, you get to have understanding of better things around your industry, and you be able to like, and you remember we talked about here leveraging on industry connection and on communities. So it is true engagement and also management, people management, that you're able to do things like that. Then also understanding, at least get to understand the concept of reference systems. It is something that is very, very useful. It's something that most people don't understand till date, and why you need to use them, the impact of them on your mapping units, and all of that. So then down to cartography and everything. Please make sure these first two things are the. So I've actually listed them in order of how very important they are. So depending on how far you want to go in the industry. So I think this is actually what you need to like understand. So that is that for me. I really appreciate your time. I'm grateful. I have this opportunity to share this with you. So Albert can share my emails with you guys. I've also shared my email down here. You can ask me any questions. You can get back to me if you have any question, and I'll be willing to actually reply to you and support you whatever you need. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys, and best of luck in all of your endeavors. Bye.